butterflies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Beverly. It's really nice to see you today. Love is in the air, and today we are talking about how I met my husband. Yeah, I haven't done a little story time for a while. I have lots of stories to tell, so if you want me to do more story times, definitely let me know down in the comments, because it's quite fun to tell these stories. With today's story, we're going all the way back to 2009. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know. Don't be putting, I wasn't even born then, because I know you probably wasn't. It's fine. I'm okay with that. I don't need to hear it. So in 2009, I was single. I was living with my parents, and I'd been on a few dating sites, but all the free ones. And I'd been dating women and men, and just kind of going on the odd date, but nothing really serious. And I've been thinking, oh my goodness, you know, I kept seeing these adverts everywhere for Match.com, and eventually it kind of sunk into my head, and I was like, you know what, people just want to hook up when it's free. So if they're paying for the service, they might be a little bit more into actually settling down and having a full-on proper relationship, which is what I wanted. So I signed up to Match.com. Little did I know, at exactly the same time, my husband had been dating on Match.com for a little while. He'd been going on dates with the people that were recommended. So Match.com do this thing where they like, look at all your interests and then pay up with somebody else who's got the same interests. And every time we went out, they had nothing in common, and he was like, this, it's ridiculous, I'm going to leave. So I joined Match.com, and I'd been on there about 3 days, I think, and Lee had gone on there to cancel his account. He was sick of it. He was like, I'm done with this. When he signed into his account though, I was at the top, I was there in the suggested little thing on there, and he just clicked on me. He just immediately was like, click. Who are you? Let's find out more. He messaged me, turned off his computer, went downstairs, but within seconds I'd replied to him, because the minute I saw his picture I was just like, oh my god, this guy is gorgeous. And he had so many things in common with me, and I was just like, oh my goodness. And he messaged me first, and I was like, let's reply. So I replied straight back, and I think this was like October, November time, somewhere around there. And he wanted to meet up straight away. He was like, shall we go out? And I was like, you know what, actually, I kind of want to build up our friendship before we meet. So I think we should meet in January. And he was like, what? But he eventually agreed to it, and we messaged one another back and forth. We talked every single day. He downloaded a messenger, I think it was AIM, that we were, AIM at the time. He downloaded that, we were talking back and forth on there, like every single day. And we talked about everything. And then it had been a while, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and he hadn't asked for my telephone number. And I was like, oh my gosh, this boy. So he came on the one day, and I was like, right. It's such a shame that I can't talk to you when you're at work, isn't it? And he was like, here's my number. Give me his number within seconds. And we just talked constantly. And then one day he phoned me. I've got a big, huge phobia about talking on the phone, but he phoned me and we talked for like hours. And then in January, we decided to meet up for a drink at lunchtime in a pub that's not too far away from where I live. My dad dropped me off because I don't drive. My dad dropped me off, and I remember he was just standing there in the car park waiting for me, and I was like, hi. My dad just sped off. He didn't like check him out to check he wasn't some serial killer or something. He was gone. And we went inside and we had a drink, and then the woman who ran the bar like came over within like 10 minutes of us sitting down and was like, we're closing soon, can you finish your drinks please? So we decided to go for a drive. We ended up in like one of the local towns. We went around the shops, had a browse around the place. It was freezing because I was wearing just like date clothes. I wasn't wearing go out walking clothes. Girls, you know what I mean. I had on like this little jacket and I looked really cute, but it was not conducive to walking around in January. It just wasn't. I was freezing, and so was he, because he was dressed up in his day clothes as well. And then after we'd been around there for a while, we came back to my town and we went to like a restaurant pub kind of place, and we literally were in there till they chucked us out, till like 11, half 11 at night. It was really long date. We never stopped talking. It wasn't awkward at all. We were holding hands and kissing, and just like it was our 10th or 11th date straight in there. It was as if we'd always known each other. And now I'm getting into mediumship and I'm learning more. I'm like, well, we're twin flames. Like, I've even been told that in one of my readings. My friend Angela does readings, and she read me and she was like, you and Lee are twin flames, you need to look that up. And I looked it up and I was like, that's so cute. I can do a video about that if you want to know more. But we just instantly clicked. And he used to drive over and see me, and he used to come and take me over to his house because he lived quite a way away, about an hour away in the car. So I used to go and stay overnight and stuff like that. And then about a month into our relationship, he had a seizure. Lee has epilepsy, and he had a seizure, and so I wouldn't have been able to see him. So he asked me to move in with him, and we've lived together ever since. Yeah, it was just instant. Knew instantly. Like, he told me that he loved me before I even met him in person, and it didn't feel weird. Like, if somebody was to say to me, oh, this guy told me he loved me and we haven't met yet, I'd be like, girl, run the other way, keep running, go go go. But for some reason it just felt really real and really as if it was meant to be from the moment we started talking, from the moment I saw his picture. And I remember coming home from my first date with him and just thinking, I just met the man I'm going to marry. And I did. Here's our wedding picture. I hope you can see it. Okay, here's our wedding picture. Me and Lily. We had a lovely wedding. It wasn't like my dream wedding, I'll say that. I don't like being the centre of attention, so it was a nightmare for me. And the minute it was over, I was really happy. But being there, having everybody watching me, I didn't feel comfortable at all. Oh, introvert problems. But I love being married. This is the happiest I've ever been in my whole entire life. And it's all down to this guy here and his cheeky little face. I love him so much. And I just want to say, my darling, happy Valentine's Day. This video is dedicated to you. I'm dedicated to you. I love you so much. Thank you for looking after me and going out to work and then coming home and doing housework if it's needed, and never judging me, never making me feel guilty. You're amazing and I love you. Mwah. And I just want to say to anybody out there who is disabled or has mental health issues or whatever, you think I'm never going to meet that person, but I was 28 when I met Lee. I always thought I'd settle down really young, but I had a lot to learn, and I had a lot of things that I needed to go through in order to become the person that Lee could fall in love with. And when I look back now, it's like everything that I went through just led me to him. And it's amazing, and I'm so happy, and yeah, we have an amazing marriage. I would love to do some videos about marriage, about things like this. If that's something that you're interested in, definitely let me know down below, because I would be more than happy to do that. Lee's agreed to come on and do a video with me about what it's like to be in a relationship when you have epilepsy, and what his experience is like. So that's coming up next month, so I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for him to come in on the channel. I've got some really exciting things coming up and planned for this channel, so definitely if you're not already, click that little subscribe button down there, ring that little bell, so you always know when I upload and you don't miss anything. I really enjoyed filming this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have an amazing week, a really great week. And whether you have a Valentine or you're you're just gonna chill out in your pajamas and watch TV eating chocolate. The best thing about Valentine's Day is the day after Valentine's Day you can get so much chocolate really cheap. That's the best bit. Valentine's Day is just a made-up holiday. It's nice to celebrate with someone, but it's not a big deal. So just enjoy it in your own way. That's all I'm going to say. Have a great week. Make someone smile every single day. And I will see you on Friday. Bye. Mwah.